The fourth question comes from a nail professional in Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's in the United States. And who asked this? When I was in nail school, I asked my instructor why loose skin keeps popping out from underneath the free edge of the nail plate. Instead of explaining what it was or why it was happening, she demonstrated using a buffer to remove the loose skin before polishing. I'm sure it loosens up from underneath the free edge due to soaking in the manicure bowl. My question is this: is it skin or is it cuticle? Does the cuticle grow from under the free edge? There's definitely some sort of tissue sticking to the underside of the free edge. Well, long question. Here's my answer. I've heard similar questions before, and I wanted to comment that it's a shame that more nail instructors don't properly understand these issues and can provide students with correct information. Instead, many teach misinformation that was taught to them many years ago by other nail technicians who really didn't understand the facts, or the facts weren't known at the time. Only one part of a nail can be cuticle. Yet, nail technicians want to give this name to many parts of the nail. I described the cuticle in detail in other episodes, so I won't go into great detail other than to say that the cuticle is dead tissue that hitches a ride on the nail plate as it grows out from underneath the eponychium. Since it is dead tissue, the cuticle cannot grow and it cannot bleed. No other skin can properly be called cuticle. The skin you're seeing underneath the free edge cannot possibly be cuticle since it's in the wrong location. The tissue that adheres to the underside of the free edge is called bed epithelium. This is the tissue that guides the nail plate as it grows across the nail bed. The bed epithelium is commonly called the soul horn, which is an old-fashioned name for the same tissue. Bed epithelium is similar to the cuticle on the top of the nail in many ways. For example, both types of tissue are dead and cannot grow. Both are thin, colorless, and adhere very tightly to the nail plate. The cuticle on top of the nail plate is where it adheres, while the bed epithelium adheres to the bottom side of the nail plate. Both can create seals that block out bacteria to prevent infections. Now, the cuticle layer protects the growth matrix where the nail plate grows, while the bed epithelium protects the nail bed from infection. Bed epithelium adheres very tightly to the nail plate, but not at all to the nail bed. This allows the nail plate to slide across the nail bed as it grows toward the free edge. This paper-thin layer of tissue can be seen on the underside of the free edge, tightly adhering to the nail plate. Usually, these tissues are removed using a tool such as a curette or a wooden pusher stick. Now, if the growth is as thick as you state, likely you're looking at something else. When this area becomes irritated by physical or chemical trauma, the hyponychium can become thickened and overgrown. The hyponychium is living tissue, so it can thicken to protect itself, very much like a callus can thicken to protect the skin from rubbing against a shoe. The advice your teacher gave you actually will cause physical trauma to this area and can cause the tissue to grow back thicker. The skin underneath the free edge must be handled with care to prevent formation of tissue overgrowths. Any kind of over-aggressive manicuring or exposing this tissue to UV gels or monomer liquid are often the cause of these overgrowths. So use great caution to avoid any kind of traumatization to this area, either by working under there with a stick or electric file or exposing that area to any of your products. Once these kind of problems develop, there's really not much a nail professional can do to help. A hot oil manicure can soften and loosen this tissue, but avoid cutting or pushing or filing the nail area and filing in this area, because it could just really make matters worse. If there's any sign of redness, or should this situation worsen, it would be best to refer the client to a medical professional for further evaluation and any treatment if necessary.